Again, we're going to be reading out of the book of Judges. We're going to be starting in chapter 7, verse 1. Early in the morning, Jerub, Baal, that is Gideon, and all his men camped at the spring of Herod. The camp of Midian was north of them in the valley near the hill of Morah. The Lord said to Gideon, "You have too many men. I cannot deliver Midian into their hands, or Israel would boast against me. My own strength has saved me. Now announce to the army, anyone who trembles with fear may turn back and leave Mount Gilead." Basically, go home. They can go home. So 20,000 men left while 10,000 remained. But the Lord said to Gideon, "There are still too many men. Take them down to the water, and I will thin them out for you there. If I say this one shall go with you, he shall go. But if I say this one shall not go with you, he shall not go." So Gideon took the men down to the water. There the Lord told him, "Separate those who lap the water with their tongues as a dog laps, from those who kneel down to drink. Separate those who lap like a dog from those who kneel down to drink." Verse 6, 300 of them drank from cupped hands, lapping like dogs. All the rest got down on their knees to drink. The Lord said to Gideon, "With the 300 men that lapped, I will save you and give the Midianites into your hand. Let all the others go home." Really incredible. So here God is just began an interaction with one man, and with that one man, he is going to encourage the nation to have the boldness to take the land from the Midianites. Okay? So we're talking this morning about the numbers, the math not adding up. Now, the Lord all but tells us right up front in this scripture that we read this morning that he chooses to show himself strong no matter what it looks like on paper. He chooses to show himself strong no matter what it looks like on paper. Can you just imagine? Gideon is sitting there. He's got a whole bunch of guys, right, ready to go to war, ready to take over the camp. And then God says, "Wait a minute, you have too many. Let's take some of the numbers down." And then he tells them straight up, right up front, "This is why I'm going to take down your numbers, because if I don't and you guys win, you'll walk around boasting that you did this in your own strength." And basically the Lord says, "I'm not having that. I'm not having that." You know, we are so fickle, and our memory is so short that we sometimes need to be reminded of who God is, who this God is that we serve. Like, God is so able and so capable of taking care of us. He doesn't necessarily need our help. In fact, he does not need our help. But he chooses to have interaction and fellowship with us so that we can together do great things. Now, he's doing all the heavy lifting, by the way, but he wants us to be involved. Are you hearing me? And sometimes we need to be reminded of how awesome God is. See, on one hand, we're supposed to count the cost, right? We're supposed to count the cost of what we want to do. But on the other hand, we're supposed to add God to the equation. We're not supposed to take God out of the equation because we have some idea to do something. And by the way, most of the things that we have an inkling to do that are good come from God anyway. He basically is helping us to realize that we're able to do great things, but he wants to be a part of these things. So we need to plan, right? The Bible even tells us that we should count the cost, but not count the cost to the degree to where we don't need to have faith and trust in God to do the things that obviously we can't do in the natural. Because even many things that we want to do, let me tell you something. When you want to do something great and it's audacious, it's huge, it's large, those are the best things to start to do. Because then you're putting yourself in a position to trust God to aid you in those areas that you obviously can't do without him. Are you hearing me this morning? Are you hearing me? So we need to make certain that God is in the equation, right? See, when the math don't add up, if God's in the equation, you're going to be all right.